Hey, Collective. Hey, I am back with another part of the previous message doing the chakra health. Again, in the previous message, I had Sage and said the prayer for the readings, but I wanted to come back in a different message to do the chakra health. To see if there are any issues that someone may be dealing with. Um, these cards can be educational or I just heard it could be BS, but anyway, well, if you think so, it could be BS, I guess that too. Or it can be just informational for somebody to learn how our body relates to the chakras. All right, so let's see what we have coming out here. All right, so I'm going to catch those since that whole pile wanted to fall out. But of course, we're just going to take 9 of these. The first one we have is stomach cancer that is represented by the solar plexus. Stomach cancer can come about with certain foods. It can come about through variation, through ulcers. It can come about through medicines as well. Tearing the lining of the stomach and it actually not healing, forming ulcers on your stomach lining that then can turn into cancer. Not necessarily will, but can. The next card we have out is the urinary system. This is represented by the sacral chakra, the urinary tract, the urethra, the bladder. All that area is in the area of your creativity. It can represent possibly dealing with also a STD that can also affect your urinary system, which is also the reproductive area that is related to the sacral chakra. Urinary system, some things can be treated homeopathically, but sometimes you do have to go and get medical care for those, depending on what you're dealing with, like stones. I don't think you can do that at home. It's too painful. Get the help you need. The next we have, again, is sacral chakra, lack of sex drive. That states that there may be a issue with your reproductive area. Sometimes, like I said, sex drive can come from other illnesses or diseases. So it is definitely important that you get that area checked if you are dealing with the lack of sex drive. And again, as I said, I don't know if I said it does deal with the sacral chakra, creativity, being able to birth new ideas into your reality. Next, again, we have Alzheimer's. This relates to the crown chakra. And I think last time when I listened to the video, I always listen and hear me misspeak on certain things. But the premise of it is just to let you know how things are connected. I am not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse. The information that I am giving you is over 25 years in the medical field, and it is my knowledge, my experience, my research on what I found out throughout my time in that field, okay? So I'm not saying that I'm perfect on everything. I did not, as you would say, get a certificate or degree in anything. I am just giving you pure knowledge of what I know and allowing God to also intuitively add to that and how it relates to the chakras. All right, now with that being said, Alzheimer's out here is a crown, does relate to your crown chakra. It does relate to your central nervous system. It does relate to the connections within your brain. Whether it causes you to be stuck in the past, whether it causes you to only remember certain things, whether it causes you to be forgetful in everyday life, All those things are related to the crown chakra and the central nervous system. Next we have out is COPD. That is chronic obstruction of the pulmonary disease. That is, even though it's chronic obstruction pulmonary disease, it is related to the heart because the lungs are also in that area of the heart. When people are stressed, when they're dealing with heartache, heart loss, heart trauma, it can also come out within the lungs, such as bronchitis, or sometimes when you're upset, sometimes people lose their breath, those kind of things, anxiety, all those things are related to the heart, lungs area. And that is what COPD comes from. That is chronic obstructive pulmonary, either disorder or disease. Overweight does relate to, I don't have a specific chakra in there because it can relate to all when you think about it. If your crown chakra is out of balance, if you're not receiving the direct guidance from God to help you do some inner healing, then that can cause overweight. If your third eye is out of balance and you're only seeing the faults or the wrongs of others instead of you're looking at yourself, and as you gain weight and stay out of weight or overweight, that is out of balance. If you're using your throat and being a speaker and trying to give out inspiration but not really working on it inside, that is out of balance. If you have usually when you are overweight, it deals with your heart. Your heart then becomes too stressed on pumping blood to the extra tissue that you have from being overweight. So that's how your heart is out of balance. If you're overweight, usually it deals with your confidence, your self-esteem, that in turn makes your solar plexus out of balance. If you're overweight, your sacral chakra area, your creativity, those areas are out of balance because you're not able to possibly create at the level that you could create if you were in balance, if you were exercising, if you were staying in optimal health. Hence, your sacral chakra is out of balance. And lastly, the root chakra, the survival, the having our needs met. If you are worried and stressed out about that, then that also considers is a factor of being overweight and is out of balance. So that is how overweight contributes to all of the chakras. Next, we have kidney. Again, that is sacral chakra. So I don't know. I know in the last reading, please review that reading. That also was talking about lower chakra systems, how you cannot live in those lower chakra systems because these issues will become a problem for you, or can become a problem for you. So we have the kidneys out here. Of course, the kidneys flush our body of impurities. When we urinate, when we defecate, those are impurities coming out. They should not be ingested. Why I need to say that, I don't know. But they should not be ingested. You are ingesting poison to your body if you are doing that. So please do not do that. That is waste that are coming out. Those areas excrete waste. Thank you. So again, kidneys related to your sacral chakra, related to your creativity, related to birthing new ideas, acknowledging yourself, your inner self, and what you can bring to the world. If your kidneys, if you are not drinking water, that will also in turn relate to your sacral chakra because we are, I believe, I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, 80% water beings. So when we are in balance, complete water balance, all the chakras are in balance. That sacral chakra allows you to create, be in oneness with yourself and create newness into the world. Create something that has never been done before. Create something that is new to your surroundings, your environment. So those are some things that relates to the kidneys. Making sure you drink enough water. And next we have bronchitis. That is related to the heart chakra. Again, that also comes from the lung. That is inflammation of the bronchial tubes. And that relates to the lungs, but it is connected to your heart chakra. So again, if you are stressed, if you have heartache, if there's any trauma, that can also come out in your lungs through bronchitis, COPD, or affect your heart itself. And a lot of people don't know when your lungs are not working right, that in turn affects your heart. That is the dynamic next opponent, the next organ that is affected is your heart. They are that close in nature. And lastly, we have lack of magnesium. Lack of magnesium is something big amongst our people. When I say our people, I mean people of melanin. We do not realize how much lack of magnesium is caused. We don't realize how much it is causing issues within our body. It regulates the nerve and muscle function. It regulates and controls you having an outcome of Alzheimer's. It regulates and controls you having an outcome of dementia. It regulates your blood sugar levels, such as helping you avoid diabetes. It regulates your blood pressure, helping you avoid high blood pressure or low blood pressure. It makes additional protein in your bone, which in turn enhances your DNA. So if you get anything from this message today, make sure that your magnesium levels are regulated. That is something that they don't even check on a regular basis, and that is also tied to your mental. Your mental can be unstable because of your magnesium levels. So please, I do have magnesium tablets in my home. That is something great to have. Again, it regulates your nerve and muscle function. It regulates your blood sugar levels with blood pressure, diabetes. If you are suffering for diabetes, it is a good idea to get this pill, some form of magnesium to take over the counter. If you are dealing with a blood pressure issue, one pill I know that works specifically over the counter is garlic. It's about $10 to $11 in Walmart, but it works really good in regulating your blood pressure. As far if you are already taking blood pressure medications, I don't know how far along you have been in that process of degeneration, because that's basically what it is. Of your veins and arteries that carry the blood. Is not really a degeneration. I don't know if that's the right word, but it means that your body, your heart is pumping too hard and it is getting stressed. So your blood pressure is getting high. So to regulate that, you can try, if you're not using anything prescribed, you can try garlic, and of course get some magnesium pills, because that is a major thing that we be missing in our bodies and we don't even know it, because that is not something that is tested for usually when you go to the doctor. All right, I hope I was not fast-winded. I feel like I was speed talking, and that is really a difference for me. I do have a lot going on and feel like my time is kind of all over the place. Like I can't keep up with time, almost as if I am not on this time in 3D. But that is a story for another day. So anyhow, I hope I was able to help someone with this little bit of medical / chakra knowledge. I will try to leave the comments open on these videos here, so if you have any questions, I'll try to ask, or going over to the website, maybe there's some information that I can give you there. Thank you all for watching. You all be safe out there. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.